Pretty much anytime Donald Trump goes and talks to world leaders or the United Nations, you can bet that he's going to embarrass both himself and the United States. And yesterday, when he was at the UN, he didn't let us down. And by didn't let us down, I mean he didn't let us down in the fact that he constantly embarrasses himself, which is exactly what happened. While speaking to reporters after leaving a meeting at the UN, Donald Trump said the following. He said, "I would get a Nobel Prize for a lot of things if they give it out fairly, which they don't. They gave one to Obama immediately upon his ascent to the presidency, and he had no idea why he got it. You know what? That was the only thing I agreed with him on. I would have a Nobel Prize if it was given out fairly, which it isn't." Good God. Could you sound more like a toddler? Like, oh, the other kid in your class got a lollipop, but you didn't because you had been in timeout 5 times that day, and now you're whining that they weren't given out fairly. But here's the thing. We have seen Donald Trump supporters, especially on social media for years now, tell us that Donald Trump deserves a Nobel Prize. Trump has said he deserves a Nobel Prize. And to that, I got to ask folks, for what? Legit, for what? What has this man done that has bolstered or fostered peace throughout the world? And if you say North Korea, I'm going to reach through the computer screen and smack you right now. Because no, he hasn't done anything with North Korea. They're still testing missiles. They're still building up their nuclear capabilities. And every time they violate the agreement that Trump couldn't even get them to sign, he just says, well, you know, we didn't really have an agreement, and what they're doing is fine. I'm okay with this, whatever. So he's backing down like a cowardly dog because North Korea isn't playing by anybody's rules but their own. And they're never going to do anything the United States wants them to do. So explain to me how the president deserves a Nobel Prize for that. Oh, he walked into the demilitarized zone. Well, kudos to you, Mr. Trump. Didn't accomplish anything with it, but I guess you took a few steps where other people haven't stepped. So, good. Not Nobel worthy, but good. You want to talk about the Middle East? You're selling weapons to a regime over there in Saudi Arabia that's turning around and using those weapons, either selling them to other bad guys or straight up using them to murder children and innocent people in Yemen. So, gonna have to go with no Nobel Prize for that either. You're also beating the drums of war. You're sending more U.S. troops to Saudi Arabia just in case Iran wants to, do anything crazy so that we're ready right then to launch that war that you so desperately want. So, not gonna get a Nobel for that. And other than that, what have you done? Your trade war? Yeah, that's not Nobel worthy. Your tax cuts? I'm sure you'd like to think it's Nobel worthy, but it's not. So the bottom line is you can whine and cry to these other world leaders all day long, but you have done absolutely nothing to warrant even being considered for a Nobel Prize. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.